Hey buddy, the enemy is coming close and I do not think we will survive. Just want to let you know it is my pleasure to fight beside you.
Same here. Before we get shot by the enemy, I have been wanting to ask you a question. Tell me, Alan, what made you become a soldier?
I love to protect our country, bro. And I grew up watching Boys to Men. What about you, Brian?
Well, for me, I love the country as well. But my primary school teacher, Mr. 10, influenced me.
What did he do? Showed you lot of war movies? Ha 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 ha.
No. He showed me how to do before and after questions in the math problem sums while I was preparing for PSLE.
What dawa? Did you say math problem sums?
Yeah? He did before and after questions. They seem so hard.
What are before and after questions?
You know, Alan. I am so glad you asked. Let me give you an example. Suppose 1/5 of the enemies at the jungle were female and the rest were male. When 8 females left the jungle, the fraction of female decreased to 1/7 of the total number of enemies at the jungle. How many enemies were at the jungle at first?
How would I know? I would just shoot all of them. Throw some grenades and nuclear bombs or something.
My, don't you realize something, my dear friend Alan? The number of male enemies should remain the same before and after the female enemies left. The 4 units before should equal to the 6 units after the female enemies left.
Oh, I did not see that.
So all you have to do is to make them the same by finding the common multiple between 4 and 6. Next you will find the corresponding ratio for the number of female enemies. And you will realize that before is 6 units while it became 4 units after 8 left. So 2 units represents 8 females. Let me ask you, do you still remember how many units of enemies are there at first, Alan?
Seriously, do you have to ask me that question now? But I do remember, the number is 30 units, because you multiplied them by 6.
Well done, Alan. Since 2 units represents 8, 30 units would represent 120 enemies. And that is our answer, my dear friend.
Wow, so you mean there were a total of 120 enemies? And we could solve this questions just by realizing that the number of male enemies remain the same before and after?
Yes, that is correct, my friend. Now that we are out of danger and we have solved a problem sum, let us relax.